For tomorrow's VP debate, unfortunately, I don't have full information because there is no birth time available from Mike Pence. Kamala's birth time is known to be accurate. Putting on my political hat, my sense is that Trump's recent fortunes have put Mike in a pretty tough spot where he's going to have a lot to answer for, particularly in the coronavirus situation. The one major planetary aspect we are certain Pence is going through is the transiting Neptune square to his Sun and especially to his Mercury. Since his birth Neptune is a challenging planet by way of the square it makes to his Venus-Mars conjunction, you can guess the current transiting square doesn't make for a good period of time, and it covers all of 2020 and right through the election. Notice that tomorrow night the Moon is in Gemini at the time of the debate, and even in degrees proximal to his Mercury, which ordinarily is good since it highlights the strength of his Mercury, the ruler of Gemini, and the planet of communication. This means his communication will probably be just fine, but the Moon is also highlighting the square in that part of the chart that is happening from the transiting Neptune in Pisces, which means he's going to have to make lemonade from some pretty rotten lemons, and I would expect him to turn to the dark side of Neptune and do a lot of deflecting and deceiving to get through it. As I said in other videos, the Neptune transit in the US chart definitely ties all of this to the coronavirus crisis, since it squares Mars, the ruler of the 12th house, a place where you would find large-scale social sickness like COVID. Transiting Pluto is also in a quincunx to that same Mercury in Pence's chart, adding further discomfort from an aspect that nearly always connects you to sickness and death, even if it's not your own, in this case the sickness of the country, is rebounding very poorly to the Trump-Pence administration, and I will add for very good reason, since they've totally screwed up their response. In Kamala's case, we see that the transiting Moon is moving through the sign of her ascendant and not too far away from the exact rising degrees. This is quite positive, and it will help her to express herself a lot more freely than Pence, politically because she has the moral high ground, criticizing the current administration's terrible management of COVID, and astrologically because this Moon supports both her Sun and Moon by element. I can also imagine that Trump's announcement today that he is cutting off negotiations and that there will be no stimulus relief until after the election will give Kamala Harris another strong talking point, since Republicans seem absolutely determined to push through an extreme right-wing judge before the election, but not so interested in providing economic relief to millions of Americans in desperate need. In summary, though using limited information, I'm guessing this VP debate will be another positive point toward the blue wave that is coming in November. Kamala is politically more than up to the task, and the astrology on the night is quite good for her.